keeps on texting me. Do I like her? No, definitely. I'm just like Stephanie. Do I like her? Yes, especially. She keeps on texting me. Do I like her? No, definitely. I'm just like Stephanie. Do I like her? Yes, especially.
All right, so here we are, little lady. Remember, you have to talk into the microphone for this.
Oh yeah. Hi.
So what do you have me here doing today?
Well, I have you here today because you are my first guest on my podcast called Hendrix at Home.
Thank you very much. I'm very appreciative to be on this with you. I think this is really, really cool what you're doing.
I think it's very, very cool too.
Okay, so how do you want to start? Do you want to tell them a little bit about who you are?
I think I'm gonna tell them a little bit about who I am.
Okay, well tell them. So who are you?
Hi guys, I'm Hendrix. I do cheer. Yeah. And I love flipping, and I love hanging out with my family and eating macaroni and cheese. Yeah, it's
That's super
yummy.
cool. That's super cool. So, what was I know you're going to interview me, but what was your motivation behind wanting to start your own podcast?
Well, actually, it was you were my motivation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, why is that?
because it was your idea to start a podcast.
Well, I thought you having a podcast would be cool.
Oh yeah, you thought me having a podcast would be cool, and I agreed because I want a podcast. You know.
Yeah, I think it's cool to get kids' perspectives, and I think that a lot of times, especially as adults, we always talk a lot, like I'm doing right now. And so yeah, why don't we jump into it?
You guys talk a lot.
So
Not trying to be rude to all the adults out there. So why don't we start with the icebreaker here?
okay.
So, Dad, if you could have any superpower as a kid, what would it be?
Any superpower as a kid? I wish I had the ability to fly.
Oh, why would you want the ability to fly?
Because I don't know, I think there's something about, or at least I feel like that there's just something cool about flying. Like, imagine everyone else is running to school, they're running outside to play, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna fly. I'll see y'all later. I think that'd be super dope.
Cool.
Yeah,
You could go anywhere you want.
anywhere I wanted, I think that'd be
You
super
could
dope.
go to Italy and get Italian ice.
Ooh, you know what's crazy? Do they sell Italian ice in Italy?
Yeah,
I never really.
I think they do. Either way, if they didn't, then that would just mean it's fake Italian ice, and they never sold Italian ice, and that would be bad.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole before we get stuck there.
Yeah, let's not go.
All right, let's go. All right, so what you got for me?
So actually, I'm gonna ask you something. Okay.
You gonna ask me some questions? All right, cool.
So, when you were a kid, how was it being a kid in the 1900s? Yeah.
So first off, I actually was born in the 1900s. Probably not as far back as you think, but yeah, I was born.
I know what year you were born.
What year was I born?
1988.
1988. Wow, you remember?
Oh yeah, you were born 1988.
Yeah. How was it being a kid raised in the 80s? I mean, I think for us as kids, we played outside a lot. Neighborhoods were everyone's parents was looking out for the kids. It wasn't like it is today where, sometimes I'm afraid for y'all to be outside if I'm not outside just because it's crazy out here. So, I mean, we go to parks and stuff. We do stuff.
Because, well, actually, 2 days ago, I think, we went dirt bike riding outside, and it was very fun.
Yeah.
I became the sand queen.
You definitely ate some sand.
Yeah, and it got my back.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, so it was just growing up back then was just very different. We didn't really have cell phones, so I wasn't on my phone like that a lot. I didn't get a cell phone until I was, I think, ninth grade.
And also, My friends always call me at like 7 in the morning.
They do. We have to put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
And I tell them, stop calling me.
All right, well, let's stay locked in.
All right, let's stay locked in.
So yeah, so it was just much different. Like I had video games. I was an avid video gamer. I still play video games now. So
yeah, you still play with me and my little brother Rumi.
Yeah, so
he's gonna be on one of my other episodes.
Sweet. All right, so what else you got for me? What other questions you got for me?
So what was your favorite thing to do as a kid that kids today don't really do anymore?
My favorite thing to do as a kid was, like y'all don't really go over each other's houses to play games. So like when we were coming up, online gaming and all that was like just starting when I was in like high school. So Kirk and all of them, like if everybody didn't have internet to play online games, like the internet speed to play online games, you had to go to each other's house. So like we would go to each other's house to like play video games like all day, and I don't think y'all really do that anymore. And we just played outside a lot more. Like I mean, again, you get outside, but like we played, like I stayed outside all the time, especially during the summer.
It's also been really cold.
Well, yeah, this season is frigid.
But it's getting warmer this week, you know?
It is. It has been warmer. All right, what else you got for me?
So.
And if you have any off-the-cuff questions, you can ask those too. But let's try to stick to the script.
Later.
Okay.
What was your biggest fear when you were my age? I'm 8.
When you were 8. So let me see. When you were 8.
No, when you were
8. You're right. When I was 8. Sorry.
Yeah, not 9.
I'm
8 right now.
You are 8 right now. That's true. When I was 8, I was in 3rd grade. So I was still living in Philly at that time. I was still living in Philly in 3rd grade. My biggest fear at that time, I don't know if I was really afraid of anything. I think I was more so like afraid of what would happen if I got in trouble in school. Like I was more afraid to like mess up in school, because I knew that like my mom wasn't playing with me when it came to school.
Oh yeah, my mom can get really. We're not gonna go down that.
Well, what? I mean, people get agitated.
She can get very agitated if she wants to.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of getting in trouble at school, did you ever get in trouble at school? And if you did, what happened?
So, this is funny. This is funny. So, I remember actually, I was in 3rd grade. I had this teacher.
No.
Yeah, I had this teacher named Miss DeVore.
Oh, like my friend.
Yeah, Miss DeVore. She was my teacher at Blair Christian Academy. Shout out to Blair. And DJ was actually outside one time at recess. And I don't know if he remembers this story, but I left the class and went out there with him, and was just like, I ended up just having a good time. Like I think someone dared me to go outside, and I was like, I'm gonna go.
Because you didn't really care what you did. You just wanted to go play.
I did. And I'm not recommending this. And so my mom at the time she worked at a hair salon. She was a hairstylist.
Yeah, I know. She worked at this hair salon.
Well, that was a different one. But the hair salon, she worked at a hair salon. And so at that time, she had to leave work to come pick me up. And so I tried to leave the class. Like, I tried to leave out and go to the bathroom, and so, yeah, she was pretty upset about that. I think I probably got spanked for that one.
Oh, I know
I
another one.
I had wrote in my journal that Pop James used to beat me up when I was at home, and I meant that we just used to play wrestle because I used to really be into wrestling. I used to think I was a part of Wolfpack, NWO, and so they had the teachers go up there. Everyone had I had to talk to the counselors and stuff. They thought I was being beat at home, and it really was. We were just playing around, having fun.
Okay.
What about you? Have you ever gotten in trouble at school?
No, actually.
Yeah. I mean, you're a pretty stellar student. But what do I always tell you about speaking up and getting in trouble?
Well, actually, you tell me.
Talking to the mic.
Well, actually, you tell me if I get in trouble for defending myself, you wouldn't be mad at me.
Yeah.
Because I was defending myself.
Right.
And if I have to go to the principal's office for that, I don't know if you would be mad at me or not.
I already told you I would. I got your back. But I did tell you that I think it's important to speak up if you feel like something is wrong. It doesn't matter if everyone else thinks it's wrong. I always tell you to, make sure that you advocate for yourself.
I do that a lot.
Well, that's good. That means it's sinking in. All right, go ahead. Come on, we got time for a few more.
Okay. We're gonna skip that.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, any other questions that are
What's one toy, game, or show that you loved that you wish I could experience today?
You said toy
Game, or TV show that
or
you
TV show
loved.
that I love.
Show, movie.
Well, you have an old soul. Like you watch, you watch The Fresh Prince. No, you watch The Fresh Prince. You watch Full House.
Oh yeah, Full House is a very good show.
I think a game that I used to play that you haven't played yet is this game called Manhunt. So like we used to split into two teams. One team, and it'd be like.
I played Manhunt before.
Oh, where'd you play it?
At school.
You can play at school. We used to play in the neighborhood. So like we would play all over the whole neighborhood. We would play at night, and so you would like hide and stuff, and you have to try to find people. I think that'd be dope for you to like do with your cousins or something.
Okay.
Play Manhunt.
First things first is I would be scared because there's creeps and dog poop.
Oh, that's true. It is a lot of dog poop out there. All right.
Was there ever a time where you felt really brave as a kid?
Really brave. Well, one, let me give a kudos to y'all. I think you and Rue are some of the bravest kids I know.
Oh yeah, I'm not afraid to do a lot
Yeah,
of stuff.
I mean, like watching you flipping stuff, like that was stuff that I always did.
I'm scared to do it,
Yeah.
and I am sometimes because doing cheer, sometimes I actually end up hurting myself, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
I've hurt my head a lot of times.
You've hurt your head, your knee,
I've hurt
Yeah.
my head, my knee,
ankles.
and my ankle.
Yeah. You fell a lot. I mean, but I think that
But I keep getting back up and doing it again because it's so fun, and I love doing cheer. So yeah.
That's good. That's good. Wait, what was the question?
Bro. Okay. Was there ever a time
where I was
you
really
felt
brave.
really brave as a kid?
There's a couple times. So there was one time, we moved a lot. So like
You moved to California.
Virginia Beach, but I also was in a lot of different schools. So for kindergarten, I was in one school. For first, second, and third grade, I was in another school. For fourth grade, I was in another school. Fifth grade, I was in another school. Sixth grade, I was in another school. Seventh grade, I was in another school. So
You moved for basically every school year.
yeah, almost every school year. So I think one thing about like really being really brave was like I had to always go into these new environments and like find my people and find my space. And so I think that because I had to do that, it always was easy for me to make friends. You know
I
what I'm
also
saying?
have another question.
Okay.
How did you meet my Uncle Apple?
Oh, how did I meet Uncle Apple? Uncle Apple was actually one of Uncle Kirk's friends. He went to school with Uncle Kirk. And
In
then
what grade?
middle school, I think they started going to school together in middle school. It might have been before that, but I remember
And
from middle school.
How did you guys stay friends? Because in middle school, you moved.
Yeah, well, I moved to a different part of the city, but I was still in the city. And I used to always go to Kirk's house and spend time there. I went to Kirk's school a couple times too. So like, yeah, we just always stayed in touch. And I think I do a really good job of like checking on my friends. Like I call my friends, make sure they straight, make sure they doing okay. So
You
know,
love your friends.
I do. I love my
My
friends.
friends
and
call
family.
me.
Yeah, like I was saying, I just think that like having to go to a new environment all the time and be with different people. I'm glad I had sports because sports really helped me to like
Make friends.
make friends and stuff.
Make friends.
We could do like one more.
Who was your best friend growing up, and what made them special?
Who is my best friend growing up and what made them special? I think I ain't gonna lie. I think that a lot of my best friends are my family, like DJ, Uncle Kirk.
Outside your family.
Outside of my family, it was different stages and different times. So I will say that in middle school, one of my best friends in middle school was this one of my homies, Mike Booth. I haven't seen him in a very, very long time, but he follows me on like Instagram and stuff and Facebook. He'll message me from time to time, but he was one of my best friends and he was just a cool boy. He always had my back. He used to really like music. Back then I used to think I could sing, and Mike Booth could really sing.
I've heard his singing.
No, my voice wasn't that bad.
It's not that bad. It's just that some days you're like, and
sound-
some days you're like,
I feel that.
and some days you're just like,
Chilling.
what's up?
All right. So yeah, so Mike Booth was what was middle school. And also in middle school, like around 8th grade, 9th grade, was Mark Cherry. Mark Cherry is one of
Oh,
my
I know
best
who
friends.
Cherry
Yeah,
is.
Cherry. We played 2K for now. And then
I listen.
Uncle Kenny, you haven't seen him in a long time, but once I got to high school, he was one of my best friends. And all of these guys are still, really, I'm really good friends with to this day. Like, I can call them anytime, day or night, and, we still solid. So, yeah, I would say those are like my, like, formative years. Like, Uncle Eli, we've always been friends. You know what I mean? But it's a bunch of people. But, yeah, I would say those three guys right there are probably like my best friends at those times. And you could probably throw in, like, Dez. Yeah, you interchange, but yeah, those would be the guys. All right,
Okay. Oh, sorry.
that's cool.
What's one rule that your parents had that you thought was very unfair?
Honestly, I'm not gonna front. I can't think of any rules that they had that were unfair. I think all of them were helpful in their own way. Like having to do my own laundry, having to help wash the dishes. Like it helped me to become a person that knows how to take care of myself.
I know how to take care of myself.
I mean, you still got some work to do.
Yes, that's
But
work.
but no, I think that like I think that like the rules were the rules, and I think that now being an adult, I can see that they were helpful. You know what I'm saying?
The rules here are the rules, and one of the biggest rules is don't roughhouse each other.
I mean, you can roughhouse just within reason. All right, come on. What else we got?
Okay, within reason. If you could give 8-year-old you one piece of advice, what would it be?
If I could give 8-year-old you one piece of advice.
You.
8-year-old me, sorry. If I give 8-year-old me one piece of advice, it would just be to just stay true to yourself and, continue to walk your own path, because it doesn't matter what anyone else has got going on. You know what I mean? Like, just do your thing and just be comfortable just being you. You don't got to change for nobody. And I think I've, like, maintained that throughout my whole life. Like, I've always just been who I am.
Sorry to interrupt, but can you please pass me a tissue?
Oh, yeah. So we're back. And, yeah, I would just say, just stay true to who you are. Be open to new things. Enjoy the new experiences. And, like, you know what I mean? Just get out there. Don't be shy. Like, just do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Last 2 questions.
Okay.
So, we're just going to
Microphone.
close this because I don't need it anymore. So, when you were a kid, how long did it take for a new episode of a TV show to air on TV?
Oh, we used to have to pretty much wait every week. Kind of like new shows when they come out now. Like,
Wait a minute, what?
yeah, I mean, it wasn't like how you have everything on Netflix and I could just watch. You could watch every show that was ever made. You had to wait. Kind of like Mr. Beast. But it was like that for every show.
Mr. Beast came out every Thursday. You could rewatch the episodes to understand what happened.
Right, but still, like, it was a lot like that. But that was every show. We didn't have, like, on-demand service. You either had to watch a DVD, which I don't think you've ever used one.
No, we at our old house.
Oh, yeah, we did have DVDs. We
Yeah.
did have DVDs. But you never saw VHS, so, like, that's
A
what...
VHS, is it like a VHS, like the thingy? Like
It's a
put it in
tape.
the
You
thing?
put a tape in
Yeah,
the
the
VCR.
thing, and like the thing, and then like the thing turns on.
Okay,
the
all right. What's your
thing.
last question?
Okay, another one. Let me think.
Or you don't?
What would no? This isn't about being a kid.
Okay.
This is about like a lot of years ago. Like
Okay.
after that. What was it like when you first met me?
Oh my gosh! When I first met you, I cried.
I have a photo right there.
Yeah, I cried because, I mean, you know this. We talked about this before, but like, I didn't have my dad, so I didn't know what the man looked like until I was 33. And so, like, being able to be there when you were born and being able to just hold you in my arms, it almost makes me emotional now. Like, it was just like such a rewarding experience that I'm just very, very grateful that I had the opportunity to just, man, I didn't think I was going to just be in your life. Like, I don't take that for granted. Like, I'm really grateful.
Same here. I'm really grateful I have a dad.
Thank you.
And you're like the best dad ever, so
Thank you.
I couldn't ask for any other dad.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
even if I did have another dad, I would say, I'm going to go find another dad, and that dad is going to be you.
I appreciate that. Thanks, son. You're the best. Thank you. Thank you.
And I didn't think that would get really emotional.
Yeah, I didn't either. So we have here in the notes, since this is the first run, we had notes for the show. You have your kid wisdom segment. So
Oh, what's that?
I want you to share a thought on one of the topics we discussed, and share your opinions on that. It could be anything we talked about that you asked me. Like, share your opinions on that.
I didn't know you didn't find out you met your dad until 33. I thought you met him when you were like 18.
No, I never met him until I was 33.
Or like
So what about
5.
like nah. So imagine that, like, what would, like, could you imagine that, like, not meeting me until you were 33? That'd be crazy.
I would be for the first few years. Like once you got used to it, it would feel normal.
Right.
But then once I finally met my dad, I would probably start crying because I wanted a dad, you know?
Yeah.
And when I met you, I think I remember you crying and shedding tears on my head.
You don't remember that.
No, I don't. I just heard you say it
Yeah,
now.
no, that's dope. Okay. Well, so that's it. I mean, is that it? Are we done with the first episode?
Yeah.
I think that was pretty cool. I think you're going to be a star, man.
And that is Hendrix at Home, also known as Hendrix, the host, signing off. If you liked it, ask your parents to come listen with you next time. Bye.
Peace. All right, peace. Thanks for having me. The first episode was dope. I think you got something really special here.